All right, all right. It is Friday, November 21st, right? Yeah, 21st. Payday. Man, I made it through the week. It's very cloudy today. It was raining yesterday. I just want to say thank you for anyone tuning in. I appreciate every view, every listen. I'm just trying to get better every day, and I'm trying to encourage that for anyone listening as well, and pass on some good blessings and love to you. That the life that you're living, you're on the right. You're exactly where you need to be. Um, and I just want to say that life is beautiful. If you choose to look at it that way, it's all about your perspective. I was watching some sort of thought experiment where, if you close your eyes and look for a certain color, and then you open them up, you can point out where you saw that color. But if you're asked, hey, did you see this color? You wouldn't, you didn't see it. So you weren't looking for it. And so it's a matter of perspective of how you look at life. So, I mean, if you look at life where you think life is a constant struggle, you're just going to keep finding evidence of it being a constant struggle. And you're not going to see the opportunities or evidence where, um, that could benefit you. Where if you think of life where, hey, I'm exactly where I need to be, um, God or, the universe, however, whatever, whoever you pray to, is putting me in positions where I need to learn. And if you have that perspective, then you start seeing more opportunities. And then if you didn't get that job or promotion or whatever, you didn't get that contract, it's a good thing. You know, there was something to be learned there. You gotta. It's just all about kind of how you perceive it. Jocko Williams talks about that a lot. Like good, whatever happens, just say good. Good. There's some good out of this. There's some good to come of whatever quote unquote bad or misfortune you think is happening to you, because you just never know what could happen on the other side. I mean, it's kind of like playing poker. I mean, you could be the best poker player in the world. You could play perfectly. You could do everything right and lose big, you know? So, and you could also be the worst poker player, do everything wrong and win big. Not to say, I'm not saying go out there and play poker, because it's it's a gamble, and you'll probably lose money, because over time generally the people that are good will win, and the law, based on the law of averages and all that. But it's just like kind of just a truth, and that's why I kind of like golf too. Another game, where you have 18 holes, and yeah, you might be playing against some people, but at the end of the day, golf, you're the only person you're really playing is against yourself. You're playing against the course, and you have one bad hole, man, you cannot let it get to you. You cannot let it get to you. Otherwise, it's going to affect the next hole. If you have one bad shot, you cannot let it affect you. You got to move on. You got to visualize. As soon as that bad shot's over, you got to visualize. All right, how do I get out of this mess? Like, all right, like, I can still make par from here, or I can still do this and that. You got to look for the opportunities that you have, or maybe you got to play it safe. It's like, all right, well, I guess I got to lay up, and just play it safe here. It's just about kind of dealing with the hand that you've been dealt, and having the right perspective and mindset, and I think you'll find a way out of it. Yeah, I definitely encourage just not to look at life as a constant struggle. Look at life as a constant, maybe just education, and trying to put you in the right places to learn and get better, to achieve your best self. That's all I'm trying to do, and I feel like I'm slowly getting there. It's been a rough ride, but change is slow. Everyone wants that epiphany moment, that where like the gears just kind of turn and click, and boom, you're just hitting on all levels. And maybe some people experience that, but just from my own experience, anecdotally, like I don't really think life's like that. It's a slow change, a slow burn, and I think you want it to be that way. And I think that as you change, you kind of feel it, but at the same time, you just gotta stay level headed. You can't get too high, can't get too low. Just keep on the journey, keep on the path, keep the right mindset, stay grateful, and I think things will start to stack in your favor, and before you know it, things will be going really really well for you. And I hope to prove that. I think that's the whole purpose of this channel is, I'm not getting any views. I'm not getting nothing. I don't really, but it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm just going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up, keep trying to get better, keep trying to improve my mindset. I think that's what life's all about. I think that's the meaning of life, is to leave this planet better than we found it. And unfortunately, right now, I think our society, humanity is failing at that. I think that we're just designing and programming a world and people in just very just negative ways. And I don't know why. I mean, it's unfortunately, I think it's because it's a lot of people look at life as a zero sum game, and I get it. It's like, how can you not? And what I mean by zero sum game is that for me to win something, someone has to lose something. And so a lot of people are just kind of in survival and self preservation mode, and so they think, man, if I got to win something, I got to take something from someone else. And that's why you see so many scammers out there, and they're getting so creative. The scammers are getting very, very creative, and unfortunately, they're targeting a lot of elderly, a lot of people not savvy with technology, not savvy with just the trends, and using just kind of psychological operations to manipulate elderly folks and even young folks into giving up their money, hard-earned money, and scamming them. And it's just it's unfortunate. You see that in the stock market as well. I mean, I think there's just a lot of corruption just in every layer of society at this point. And what scares me is that it's all for a reason. The reason is that, the elite or the people in power, there's this like information that they have about where we're headed, and they don't want to be transparent about it with the collective, with everyone. And I think that just hurts humanity. It's like, now we can't work, in a common goal together to do something, and at the very least, I think a common goal. I mean, I think Elon Musk is onto something like going to Mars, but I don't think Mars is really it. Like, I mean, what we need to be doing is building like some sort of a spaceship that can leave our solar system. I think, obviously something geologically could really affect the planet, our planet Earth, and it's good to have like a backup like Mars. But I mean, we evolved on this planet. This is our home. Like, the only reason to leave our home, I think, is if the sun's going to explode, and the sun's going to really like disarm us in a way. And I think we got to figure out a way to just protect ourselves, protect our home, but also figure out a way to get away from the sun. And I think that just requires some sort of a space station that can simulate gravity, that can, recycle resources, that can collect resources out there in space, and doing all that, But obviously, I'm just kind of getting into sci-fi stuff. I'm not anyone trained in physics or anything, but I like to nerd out on sci-fi. But I'm getting off on a tangent there. But yeah, I hope this message resonates with you. If it does, please like, subscribe, do all the good things. I just want to pass on some good blessings. You're not alone in this struggle that you may think that you're in. I hope that you realize you're exactly where you need to be to improve and have an impact on this world. We need every single person to believe that they can have an impact and that they can help others. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to pull ourselves out of this mess, and survive as a species. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty miserable existence for all of us. If the very few are going to just have control of the direction of humanity. So, and I think that's just kind of what's happening right now, is that power is just getting more and more concentrated. So, and I don't think that's a good thing. We need the collective. We need a hive mind to tackle the problems and empower the younger generations to tackle the problems. And we can't do that without some transparency. And so we'll see if we'll get there. But I think first things first. I think a lot of us just need to get out of the struggle and develop our love, and develop spiritually, and empower ourselves so we can empower others to do the same. So I'll leave it at that. I'm at the 10-minute mark. So everyone, blessed day, much love. I'll see you next time. Peace out.